Hi guys, it's Amy from Nail Polish Baby 90 and welcome to today's video. Today we are here with top 10 reds. I decided, starting with I guess the Zoya, and I had done my SE previously, that I wanted to restart my top 10 by favourite brand and colour. I, in all honesty, did this series about 4 years ago. I find it really hard to pick favourites, so I apologise if there's some that I've glaringly missed in these videos, but I thought I would give it a try and pick some top 10s for you because, like I say, it's been about 3 or 4 years since I've done them on this channel, which sounds crazy to even say out loud that my channel's been going along for that long. But I picked 10 reds. Hopefully they're alright. Let's get going. I thought it would be fun that every video of these I would wear one of the colours on my nails, so we're going to kick this video off with Blazing Sun by Orly. Now this is, I think, probably the closest to neon red I've seen that out there on the market. There's maybe a dash of pink in it. This is the other problem why I find these videos hard, because there's so many colours that kind of fit in two categories. I asked a few people, what colour is this? And they went red. So I'm pretty sure that I'm fine to say this is a neon red shade. It's just so glorious. Just look at this, especially in the time of year that we're in. It's just so perfect and I love it. Obviously because it's in my top 10 reds. It's a neon that does not need a white base, which is perfect. That's exactly what I want out of a neon. It just looks glowy and red, and you're going to be distracted by this the whole video, I'm sure. So that first one kicking us off in the top 10 reds is Orly's Blazing Sunset. I'm going to show a few that I know in last time's video. I don't think last time I specified like a number, but there's a few here that have been like favourites for years. So I'm going to run through those maybe a little bit quicker first. We have one from Butter London. This one is called Saucy Jack, and this is like a barbecue sauce colour. It's a deep red, a few drops of brown in it, and I just think it's something really nice, really different. There's a little bit like a jelliness to it, literally like it is something sauce jelly related on your nails. I just love the formula of it, and I love that it's more of a darker vampy type red, whilst retaining that it is red and not brown. So like I said, that one I'm 90% sure featured last time. So that one is Saucy Jack by Butter London. Possibly my top two, I guess the next one's For Life that I've gone on about for years. Whenever anyone mentions a red, these are the two that come to mind straight away. First one that we have is Adventure Ready by China Glaze. This came out in their On Safari collection, and I do have a full review of that collection up on my channel. I love this. Again, it's slightly needing a little bit darker. It's not your true kind of like Crayola red. There's definitely a little bit of darkness to it, but I just think it's great where it is red, a little bit darker. I love it. Another cream finish. So that one was Adventure Ready by China Glaze. Possibly my favourite like quintessential red of all time is this one, and this is Coca Cola Red by OPI. And again, Coca Cola is such a classic red colour when you think of the Coca Cola Red. I just really am drawn towards this one. It's a little bit brighter, but whilst retaining the fact that it is like a true, I guess, definition, like dictionary definition of red, you would find this. So a great one, and again, like I say, one that I've had in my collection a really long time. So that one is Coca Cola Red by OPI. Forgot what I was talking about. If you watched my top 10 Zoyas, you would have seen the next polish. Now I will say this is where I get a little bit muddled, is because if I put something in my top 10 by brand, it doesn't necessarily mean it's going to make it into its colour category. I find that that's probably the hardest thing I find of these videos. I think that, oh, because I put that in my top by brand, it should then be in the top by colour. Doesn't always work that way, and obviously because I'm throwing indies into these top 10s, which are going to come in a minute, that kind of offsets sometimes that they might not make the top 10. Does that make sense? We're talking about Rashida, and this is in my favourite Zoyas. It came out last year, so should be quite easily available to you. It is a medium red with a red shimmer, and I just love how glowy it looks on the nails. It looks like your nails are on fire. It just looks really great, really pretty, and yeah, a great red, and like I say, not a cream. Is this the first one that I mentioned that's not a cream? I think it might be. So like I say, a shimmery addition for a good red there, Rashida by Zoya. We have one more mainstream, and then we are moving on to the indies. So this one here is called Sparkle On, and this one is by China Glaze. I had this one and I had Ruby Pumps pulled out, were like my two that I wasn't sure which one I was going to go with. And I ultimately went with Sparkle On because it has big glitters in it. Ruby Pumps is a lot more smaller glitters, a lot more subtle, whereas this is more in your face than it is glitter. So you have a red jelly base, and then you have a ton of red hex glitter in here. The hex glitter's not super large. I would say it's probably like a standard size, if that helps you out at all. This I would say is standard, and then anything smaller would be small and anything larger would be large. So like I say, it's a really nice just glittery red, and I always think of red for like festivities and Christmas time, so this would be a really nice Christmassy red polish. So that one there is Sparkle On by China Glaze. Now to the indies. The first one I couldn't not pick because I was part of the creation of this. So this was from my collaboration with Timberland's brand Pampered Polishes. This is Leaping Toad Stool, and this came out in our collaboration, which was a Harry Potter inspired collection. And I love this because it is red and white together, and red and white look great as a combination together in other things. I like red and silver as well actually quite a lot, but red and white is what we have here. So a red jelly base, and then we have white glitters, and we also have silver holographic glitters in there. And like I say, just the combination of red and white in the same bottle I just think is really fun. Kind of cheating a little bit. Like I say, I was partly involved in this, so I may be a little bit biased. But that one there was a Leaping Toadstool by Pampered Polishes. One by KBShimmer, and this one might have been in my last video as well. I'm not 100%. I didn't rewatch it because one, cringe, and two, I didn't really want to be influenced by what I picked last time. But this one is Leaf of Faith, and it's by KBShimmer. And this one is great because it is a dark red base, and then you're having a ton of glitters in here. There is gold holographic glitters, there is red glitters, and then a variety of sizes. And it's just like an autumnal, like it says, leafy autumn walk type colour. And I really like this one, and I think that it's one of my favourite KBShimmers as well, I would definitely say. So that one there is Leaf of Faith. One from 90 Lacquer, and this one is Be Positive. Now I'm sure a lot of people would include this in some of their favourites because it's such a different and unique polish. This is meant to kind of look like congealed blood. It came out in her Halloween collection, hence the name Be Positive as a blood type, and it is a sheer-ish jelly base. You can get it built up in 3 coats, but then we then have red hex glitters, and then we have these black shredded glitters in there, and the overall effect of it is just one, so unique and different, and I've not seen anything like that, with the fact of I guess having the black in a sheer base and then having the mixture of shredded and hex glitters. You don't see that much. You normally see like one or the other, but not always the two together. And I just really like this. My only tiny thing was if it would be opaque in 2, it would be perfection, but it will take you 3 coats. And let's hope that this comes out again in this Halloween because I know so many people love it. So that one there is Be Positive by 90 Lacquer. And wrapping up the top 10, we have one from Glam Polish. This is one that came out in their Harry Potter Spells collection. It's Wingardium Leviosa, and similar to Rashida, I love it because it is red with the red shimmer in there, but as well as that, there's almost like a green like flake like effect to it. And again, I love polishes that are the opposite ends of the colour wheel, so because you're getting this red with the red and then there's like a smidge of like a green flash in it as well, I just think it just looks really fun and funky and different. So that last one there, wrapping us up, is Wingardium Leviosa Glam Polish. I will link all the indie sellers down below for you, and like I say, we'll be back in a couple of weeks. Maybe I'll do my oranges, and like I say, it was quite fun just to put on one of the colours for the purposes of the video. I enjoyed doing that to go with the theme of red, I guess. So those are my top 10 reds. Let me know what some of yours are down below, and give me a thumbs up, subscribe, and I will see you in the next one.